Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast on another edition of our Sunday Positivity Talk. Yes, we applauding ourselves, you guys. Today is our season 4 finale, you guys. Yes, we are extremely happy. Wow, oh boy, Allah is the greatest. We have gone through so much this season. You know, we really did not think, not to, talk down about ourselves, but we really did not think we was gonna make it through to the season 4 finale. We had so much going on, personal issues, professional issues, made a few changes with, where we were doing our show on other platforms. We started other business ventures, and we're gonna mention that at the end of the show. All that, and just who think the biggest thing was like our mental, um, saying positive things to ourselves and just uplifting and keeping ourselves going, especially on the days where we didn't feel like it. We're not even gonna say if, especially on them days. And we was just like, keep going, keep putting out content, keep doing your show. Think we kept comparing ourselves to other people, and how good their show was doing and all the interviews and guests and stuff that they had, and we just like, wow, what's wrong with us? Why we not getting that? And why are we not as successful as them? Why are we not doing the same thing as them? And we had to really like realize, because that's their path. You're going to go down your own path and find your own way and get your own show to where it needs to be. And of course, with the help of Allah, we know we will definitely get there. So that's no secret with that. But nonetheless, we are happy. We are very, very happy. We made it to season 4. A lot of people don't make it this far. They quit, they give up, or they just put out content every now and then. Think we heard a couple times, or I just do my podcast, as a hobby, or blah, 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 or I do an episode here and there, or I started out doing one, and, it wasn't what I thought. We done heard those things and so much more. So we actually just did an interview with Hector, and shout out to him as well. And, he said the same thing. A lot of people don't make it to their 4th season. We've been doing this for about 3 years now. We actually had our first season started in Atlanta, and we was doing like an episode here and there. And we started October. We have to go look back at our phone. We started in October a few years ago. And like we said, man, it has been so many changes. So much has been going on. And we've learned, honestly, so much. We have been on a few networks, and we have learned some things. Like we said, we're not going to say anything bad about anyone that gave us an opportunity, or if we, took advantage of one. October the 11th, 2020, you guys. So we just, this is 20, about 3 years? Yeah, about 3 years been doing our show. And yeah, although, things didn't work out with the other networks, we would definitely, if it's a good fit for somebody else, go over there, join, CTR, WBGR TV. We were on a radio station, and, it didn't work out. We just didn't feel like it would be a good fit for us. Us, not speaking for nobody else, but, and it wasn't going in the direction that we had hoped, and we wasn't getting the monetization and the attention that we needed to, help grow our show. But on the bright side, we did learn a lot of things. We learned about StreamYard, which this is available on any platform. If you go on Instagram or Facebook and just type in StreamYard, anybody can do it. It's so easy. We love it. It's convenient, especially with our work schedule, so on and so forth. We're able to pre-record, have our show air, just like we do with our radio show every Tuesday. We pre-record that because we're usually at work. So it's so much more convenient than what we were using before. We used to use like Audio City when we were living in Atlanta doing our radio show. And a lot of them times we tried to pre-record and all that, and it just wasn't working out. We had literally had to do it live, get off work, go straight home, do our show, and we tired as a thing. But now, like we said, we found out about StreamYard, and we love it. It's convenient. It has so many features and offers on here, and this stuff we still discovering. So while we on our little break, of course, observing Ramadan, which we'll get into that as well at the end of the show. We're gonna be exploring, looking around, making some changes, so on and so forth. So yes, you guys, we are very excited to be closing out this season. Wow, so much has happened. So much has happened. I talked about mental health, suicide, domestic violence, which all three of those things are very, very important to us. And also, when we did our interview with Hector, shout out to him again, he mentioned running out of things to talk about. And you would think that doing a podcast or even radio, like you would run out of things to talk about, but that's one thing we learned. You haven't. We haven't. I don't know. We haven't at all. And we focus on three major things like every year. Four if you include our yearly anniversary that we did forget to celebrate this year because we had so much stuff going on. But yes, you guys, for those that do not know, quick, real fast, we are at 121 episodes of the Queen Candy Podcast. Like we said, we're in season 4. We do our show from January to November of each year. So it probably says about 30 episodes or so. We haven't actually counted off the top of our head, but we guessing it's about 30 episodes a year, somewhere up in there. Don't hold us to that, y'all, because we haven't officially counted, but that would be our guess. So, yeah, we had 121 episodes. Very, very proud of ourselves. And like we said, no, we're not getting the monetization and the attention that we're looking for. One thing we had to learn, and we're going to be doing this now until the end of the week. And of course, when we come back in January, we definitely, and we are excited. We're looking forward to connecting with great people, like-minded people, podcasts, record labels, anybody, radio show. We're going to be working on so many things during the month of December, and we're going to be bringing that back in January. So like we said, we'll get into that later on in the show. But yeah, we here at season 4, you guys, and today we're just going to kind of be running our mouth a little bit, playing a lot of music. And for those that have not heard our show, the music that you hear, just to let you know, is produced by yours truly. On top of all the other things we have going on, we are also the co-CEO of Military Camp Records, which our husband is a CEO of. So he's taught us how to produce and make our own music. So we're going to be actually getting ready to record some new music in January. Another thing we're going to be doing on our hiatus for the month of December, we're finna get back into writing. We got to practice on our boo thing, which is our guitar. Yes, I said boo thing. That's what I call my guitar. I do not care. And y'all get to see it. Like we said, we're going to be doing so many changes. We're so excited to rebrand the Queen Candy Podcast and, of course, the Queen Candy Radio Show as well. And let you guys see, how much we've grown, how much we've learned. We love doing what we do. We know the money is going to come, so we don't really trip or compete anymore with anybody. We just stay in our own lane, keep working, and our time going to come. There's so much stuff going on, still going on in our life, and we're just trying to get it all together. That's the only thing you can really do, one day at a time. Sometimes it's one moment at a time for us, and we just look and keep our head up, stay strong, and that's what we encourage for anybody. For anybody that's out there doing the podcast, you're thinking about quitting, giving up, keep going. You may not be as popular and successful and making money like everybody else, but like we said, for us, it's not really about that. We, once again, come on here to spread positivity, motivation for those that already know, share our healing journey, through Islam because, yes, we are a Muslim woman and a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings. So that's one of the main things we do. Get any ears, get anybody that's willing to listen, open hearts, open minds, so on and so forth. And, just connect with people. And everything else we know and we believe, and we're going to hold on to that because sometimes that's all we got. And we believe it. We're going to grow and be better. We had to learn. There's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of advice and, connecting with people. You just have to make sure you connect with the right people. Like we said, we made that mistake so many times this season. So now we just like, okay, enough is enough. How in the world can we get our show on our own platform and do things on our own terms? Because, not knocking anybody else, but we don't want to do our show and we don't feel we should have to do our show the same way other people do. Our show is going to be different. We're going to have a different format, all that. And we want to stand out. Everybody has a podcast. There are so many people. We ain't even looked up the numbers, but we're pretty sure it's probably millions of people doing podcasts, whether you're a well-known, quote, celebrity, or if you down on our level. Everybody is doing a podcast. So we constantly brainstorming. We're constantly thinking like, okay, how can I stand out? How can we do this? How can we monetize? So on and so forth. Everything we do, for those that do not know as well, we do ourselves. Yeah, we have the platform, but we can always have somebody else produce our show, air our show, do our flyers, all that. We learned about StreamYard, we learned about Canva, we learned about a whole bunch of other apps to put our podcast on, which has helped us get a little more recognition. We've been featured on the Good Pods. I think they have 100 top podcast thing. We've been featured on that numerous times. Then we put that on all our platforms. But we'll make sure we promote that, especially in January as well. So, any step, we'll take us in the right direction. It's better than nothing. So it's absolutely better than nothing. We don't complain at all. We grateful. We give all praises to Allah for Honorable Elijah Muhammad for making it this far. And before we go into our break, it's not really about trying to impress anybody. We have nothing to really prove to anyone but ourselves. And we just gonna focus on growing our show, growing as a person, as a Muslim woman, and just, being better. And that's it. Stay in our own lane, focus on us. Of course, we love to connect with people, along the way. That we have no problem with. But, like we said, we're not trying to compete with nobody. Absolutely not. We just looking to grow, be better, and see where we go. See where our path leads us, see where it takes us, and who knows? Only Allah knows. And if it's in His will, it will happen. We always have our own plans and how we're gonna do things, and He has His own. And He has a plan for all of our people. And, anyone that wants to wake up, reclaim their own, so on and so forth. And, just work on themselves, continue to work on themselves, and, just do better. So that's the whole goal with that right there, you guys. Okay, so what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to go ahead and take our first little break, play some more music for you guys, and we will be back on the Queen Candy Podcast on the season 4 finale of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We thank you guys so much, and we will be back. All right, y'all. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast on season 4 finale of our Sunday Positivity Talk, you guys. And we are pretty much just recapping, catching you guys up on what's been going on for those that have not heard our show or if you missed the episode. Like we said, we very, very proud of ourselves, very excited, very happy. We made it to the end of another season. And like we said, we've learned and grown. Yeah, we've lost, had to separate ourselves. That's life. But we have learned and grown and evolved so much since doing our podcast. Joining the CTR Media Network, which you were with for about a year, um, did help us to learn, pushed us to keep putting out content, and motivated us to just keep going. And now we really had to take it serious, because when we first started in Atlanta, I think we had an episode of our podcast here. There, we only did about 30 minutes. We didn't really know what we were doing. We was just trying to get monetized and get paid, but we had so much we had to learn. There's still so much we can learn. We don't think you will ever really stop learning doing podcasting or radio, because believe it or not, it does constantly change. Believe it or not. We know we have. We know we have for a fact. Oh man, there's been so many issues and so many factors going on in our life. Like, we really, like we said in the beginning, did not think we was gonna make it to this finale. We really, like, for real, y'all, we almost quit. We just felt like we weren't good enough, we weren't pretty enough, putting ourselves down for unnecessary reasons. For what? Because we competing or comparing ourselves. The only person, and we gonna make this promise to ourselves moving forward, the only person we want to compete with is the old us we trying to get rid of. For real. We want to compete with ourselves, keep pushing ourselves to be better. And like we said, if you have people in your corner that are pushing you and motivating you, by all means, keep them around. But a lot of times, if you're anything like us, you got to motivate yourself a lot of times. There's been times where we didn't feel like getting up to do nothing, and we mean going to work, nothing. But we remember, this ain't just about us. This is way, way bigger than us. We got people out here that may need to hear our story, that will want to hear our story, walk with us along our journey, help, support, whatever it may be. We don't care how small. If you even like one of our posts, we appreciate that. Only thing we ever ask is at least just listen to our show. And, with an open heart, open mind, like we said, if it's not for you, like we tell anybody, we don't get offended. We don't take it personal. We know this is business. So that's why one of the other reasons we say we don't focus on what other people are doing. They may be making connections. They may be in it a lot longer than we have. We've only been podcasting about 3 years. We started 2020, yeah, about 3 years. So we haven't been in it long. We still consider ourselves a newbie, if you will. So like we said, and this is not, putting ourselves down. We have so much to learn, and that's a good thing, because that means we want to grow, we want to be better, and we want our show to be as great as possible. One day, we hope, if it's in Allah's will, we want to have our own talk show. It's going to be a whole lot different because of our religious beliefs, obviously. But even if we got to fund for it, pay for it ourselves, however you want to do it, we definitely hope to do that. So I think that's going to be one of the things on our list we're going to be doing over our little break while we, get things together. And, who knows? Maybe in the next year or so, we might be able to do that. Who knows? Even if it's small, that's one thing we tell ourselves. Even if you guys start out small, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. We all had to start somewhere. We didn't just wake up one day and you was the owner of a record label, you was a podcast, you was a radio show host, your business took off. The only time we think that would happen is if you already got clientele. So, we're still working on that, and that's okay. So what? We're not in the same lane. Stay in your own. Like we said, we don't care. We part of ourselves. Shoot. You made it this far, 4 seasons. Who knows what can happen over the next 4 seasons? Because honestly, we just keeping it real. We don't ever really plan on stopping our podcast. This is gonna be an outlet for us to just talk, express ourselves, along with our music and everything else we have going on. And like we said, we have a story. We want to help people, as much as possible. And like we said, everything else we know and we believe with our whole heart. Call us naive, but it's a dream that we just hold on to. Some days when it get real rough, we feel like that's all we honestly have is our dreams. And we allowed people before to stump all over and we just stopped doing what we was doing and had all these excuses. So we like, no, how are you gonna be a new person and you still allowing your past to affect you? You still allowing other naysayers that ain't trying to do nothing with themselves, that's comfortable with living a mediocre life and they don't want better. Why are you allowing them to interfere with what the dreams you've been given? It wasn't a group meeting. It was a one-on-one. And that was the vision and the dream given to us. So when we say we never gonna stop, it's nothing against nobody, but we that's what we've been given. And we're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna make sure we stand out as much as possible and be different. We can't wait to show y'all. There's so much stuff we've been working on. Couple more things we still have to take care of throughout the month of December, but we cannot wait for you guys. We definitely hope you all like the changes we're going to be bringing, and we definitely going to be connecting with more people. We like we said, we love what we do. We love it. We want to share with the world. We want to have people on our show. We're definitely looking for sponsors, so we're going to be pushing that and promoting that in January. And just like we can't say this enough. We can't just keep growing, keep evolving, keep pushing. Do not quit. We almost there, like we said a minute ago. Do not quit. Don't let them doubts get in your head. The second they do, you better do a karate chop or a karate kick and nope, get the hell out of here. We sitting on here doubting ourselves and talking down about ourselves like we ain't no good. Okay, so what? And we applaud anybody. That's another thing. We applaud anybody that's doing their thing. Whether we still working with you or not, whether we still speak or not, we don't wish no ill will on nobody. That's never our intent. We hope that you achieve as much success as possible. Only thing we ever say is just make sure you're helping people, with a pure, genuine heart. That's all we ever ask. But we salute anybody, male, female, black, white, polka dot, stripe, whatever. We don't care if we don't even speak anymore, because like we said, it's not personal. You know what we're saying? It's business. Excuse us. It's business. So that's how you have to really keep that in perspective. And take a sip of water, y'all. But yeah, that's how you keep that, in perspective. They doing their thing, they making connections. And sometimes we watch a little bit and we take a little bit, tidbits, a little bit of advice. But when it comes down to it, we still gonna do our show, our own way. But we still, need a blueprint or at least how can we put it, a guide, if you will, to podcasting and doing it better, monetizing, connecting with other people, so on and so forth. So one thing about us is we ain't never too proud or too big to take advice. Otherwise, we would not have made the season 4. Straight up. And it's nothing wrong with that. We all had to take advice. We all, like we said, had to start somewhere. So that's the major thing. And like we said, we cannot wait to show you guys the changes and everything that's going to be going on. We're so excited. We actually have a little camera, and we're going to make sure we mention that in January as well. We're going to be doing more promo videos for our show, and also our show with our husband, Real Talking Real Topics. We're going to be picking that back up in January as well. Both of our work schedules. And with us, sharing a vehicle and whatnot, it's been a little hard trying to maintain and keep that going. So we was like, just put that on hiatus. So we already stopped doing that show. But we will be bringing back Real Talking Real Topics in January. And for those that have not seen or heard our show, you can scroll down our page. We do have a couple episodes on there. You can go to our YouTube, the Queen Candy Podcast, and check that out as well. For anybody that follows any religion other than Islam, if this show is not for you, we don't take it personal, none at all. But our husband, just to let everybody know, is a minister under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings. We are a sister captain under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings because our husband is a minister. And that's one of the main things we talk about. Islam, Master Fard Muhammad to me praised forever. That will be a lie in the flesh. And of course, like we said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We talk about Islam, we talk about Christianity, we talk about current issues that's going on in the world. And we focus mainly on, our people waking up, doing better, reclaiming their own. Not saying any other race or anything is not going through something, but yeah, we tend to focus a lot on our people because that's where it's at. A lot of us need to really get together and do better than what we're doing. It really don't matter what race you are, but we always talk to our people. So that's it. That's all. So like we said, it's nothing personal. This is just our beliefs, what we believe in, our focus, you know, along with real talking, real topics. And we kind of let our husband be the host, if you will, because we already do our Sunday Positivity Talk and we do our radio show. So we are the host of Real Talking Real Topics, but really we let our husband take over and do his thing. We kind of just come in and chit chat because we still being taught as well. He's been a minister for like 20 plus years, so that's why we let him, just do his thing and talk. And he's gonna get brutal. Just let everybody know he's gonna get brutal. Keep it real. That's the whole point. And that's why we named the show Real Talking Real Topics, because we're going to keep it 100. It may not be something a lot of people going to want to hear, like we said. If not, that's cool. Once again, the only thing we ask is if you have nothing positive to say, we just ask that you leave the room, because we will either be pre-recording or if we're able, we're going to get our schedule together. We're going to do it live. So we're just letting everybody know. So ain't no surprises, nothing like that. But this is what we believe in. We do follow Islam, which is another reason, excuse me, which is another reason why our show is going to be a lot different from other people because we do follow Islam and we are Muslim. So like we said, we support everybody. We don't knock what anybody does. Do you? Not that you need our permission because you don't. So we're not saying that at all. But yeah, we don't knock anybody. We support everybody. Do your thing. I don't think we say, make it mean something. Everybody chasing money and ratings and awards. And, that's all fine and good. But to us, and we just speaking, for ourselves, and we about to take our next break, y'all. Our podcast and our radio show, our jewelry, our bacon, that's like our babies to us. And for any parents out there, any mothers or fathers, you already know you got to nurture, take care of your baby, keep them healthy. It's going to grow, be better, get knowledge. You ain't going to stay small forever. Just like with your podcast, it's going to eventually grow, get bigger, and get better. So these are things that are very close to us and very important to us, which is one of the major reasons why we say it's not really about the money for us, or we may never be a millionaire. We may never be rich, whatever. We are already rich with knowledge anyway. We are already rich with knowledge anyway. So even if we never popular, never a millionaire, anything like that, it's okay. We're not finna keep beating ourselves up, talking down about ourselves like we're not good enough. We are. We in our own lane. We doing our own thing. We still pushing ourselves. We still motivating ourselves. And we here doing our season 4 finale once again. So we made it. We at the halfway point. We feel like 4 seasons. We've had our success. We've had great people on our show. We got the privilege to work with great people in Atlanta. So, we proud of ourselves. We don't care. Now we producing. We got our own music playing. We've grown and learned so much, especially over these past 3 years. And these past 2 years have been crazy. They have been crazy, y'all. But like we said, Allah is the greatest, that we are still here. And as long as we got breath in our body, we ain't going nowhere, y'all. So we're going to be here for a while. So with all that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and take another break, play some more music for you guys, and we will be back on the Queen Candy Podcast on the season 4 finale of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We'll be back, y'all. Okay, y'all, and just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast. Oh man, on the season 4 finale of our Sunday Positivity Talk. So what we're gonna do, you guys, is give you pretty much a recap of what we're going to be working on and handling, getting everything together while we are on our break. And like we said, we will be back in January, you guys. With the Queen Candy Podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. So we will be back on January the 7th, because we do our show this Sunday and every Sunday. So we'll be back on January the 7th, you guys, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, live as usual. Okay, so we've been kind of teasing a little bit with the changes we've been saying over the season, especially over the past couple months. Letting you guys know everything we've been working on, the changes we're gonna be making. So, first off, for those that do not know, you can go to our LinkedIn page, Queen Candy. Excuse. You can go to the top of our page. You will see a link. The Queen Candy Podcast now has our own magazine. It comes out every other month, and you can click on that link and get a free subscription to our magazine. If you would like to be featured in that, of course, you can contact us directly. Follow us on all our platforms. You see right there on the screen. You can go to our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and our YouTube. You subscribe to our YouTube page, Queen Candy Podcast, Facebook, LinkedIn, Queen Candy, and of course, our Instagram, once again, the Queen Candy Podcast. So, like we said, you can go to our Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube under the Queen Candy Podcast, or to our LinkedIn page, Queen Candy. You will see a link to our magazine. You can click on that, put all your information in, and every time our magazine comes out, and we'll be showing you guys, of course, in January, the new edition of it. Every time it comes out, you can go click on the link, and you will get a free subscription yourself. It has great articles in there. You will see, of course, Queen Candy Podcast. You'll see our bio. You'll see a little bit info about our husband as well. Sunday Positivity Talk, Mimi's Paparazzi, Real Talk and Real Topics, and Mimi Bakery and more. So we'll be coming back with all those live streams and all our shows in January, you guys. So the magazine is free. Just to let you guys know. You can go to, like we said, our LinkedIn, subscribe, and you get a free copy of our magazine. And we appreciate all the support in advance. Number 2, you guys, the Queen Candy Podcast. And before we continue on with that, one more thing, you guys. This will be the last show that we do where we will be using Queen Candy. We will no longer be going by Queen Candy as of January. We will now be called the Queen Mimi Podcast, the Queen Mimi Radio Show. And like we said, we already have Mimi's Paparazzi and Mimi Bakery, so we don't have to worry about changing those. But come January, we will no longer be called the Queen Candy Podcast. So that will be another change we're going to be doing as well. We're going to be changing that on all our flyers, updating and, making some changes to everything. So you will notice that as well. But yes, we will no longer be going by Queen Candy. We finna get rid of her. That's the oldest. So now it's time to get into Mimi, because our name is Manima. Mimi for short, or you can call us Sister Captain, because we are Sister Captain. If you cannot say Manima, you can call us Mimi. Our name is Manima Muhammad, so we do have a Muslim name. You can find us on any of our platforms under that as well. But yes, that is a change we're going to be making as well. So with all that being said, we will now be featured on a few apps. We're getting our podcast on a couple of apps. We should put our notebook out in front of us, but oh well. It's going to be on Apple, Google, Roku, and Fire TV. We have teamed up with a platform called Lightcast. If you guys need any more information on that, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to give you that info. We're excited about this. We can upload episodes of our show, which we'll be working on throughout the month of December. And once we got 2 apps set up now. Next month, while we're on our break, we're going to be getting the other 2 set up. So we'll have all of them ready by the time January comes around. As soon as that's done, we're going to let you guys know. We're going to start promoting that, pushing that. And of course, we're going to be looking for sponsors, interviews. If you want to get your music played for independent artists, we'll let you guys know about that Tuesday when we do our radio show. And that'll be a kind of like mid-season finale of our radio show, because we did just start that. So we're going to be doing like a mid-season finale. So when we bring our radio show back in January. Basically, gonna be continuing season 1. Hopefully, that ain't too confusing. But yes, we will be having our show on those apps as well. So we're really excited about that. We'll send you guys the link to all, of course, so you can go check it out, subscribe, we connect, so that's the whole thing. And like we said, we're gonna be doing a lot more video promos, um, new pictures, what else? New music. We're gonna be writing some new music as well. So we're gonna start recording in January. So that's another thing we're gonna be working on over our break. New music. We'll have that, of course, featured here on the Queen Candy podcast, and of course on our Queen Candy radio show. Yes, we should go ahead and start saying Queen Mimi now, since we're gonna let y'all know. we'll just say Queen Candy for right now, because we are doing the finale. But like we said, as of January, we will no longer be going by Queen Candy. So yeah, just let everybody know. I think that's everything. Yeah, like we said, we're just connecting with people. Of course, we're gonna bring our show back with our husband. So on and so forth. Yeah, we believe that's it. We set the magazine, producing everything. So yeah, I think we got everything covered. And yeah, so like we said, we're really excited to let you guys know about the changes, everything that's gonna be going on. And of course, number one, we will be on camera more doing our radio show and our podcast. Just to let you guys know. We just did this today because it was the finale, so we figured let's just go ahead and wrap it up on a good note. And we're gonna keep going and keep doing what we're doing. We're excited about our show being on these apps because it'll be on our own terms. We can do things our own way. We don't have to be on nobody else's bandwagon, so on and so forth. That's one thing we really did not like. We can get all the attention, all the traffic that we need, all support that we're gonna need, whether we get it or not, we're still gonna keep going. So, that's it, that's all. So like we said, we have our magazine, gonna have our show on major apps, like we said, Apple, Google, Roku, and Fire TV. We're gonna have video promo, new music coming, new flyers. We're gonna update the ones we got now, spruce them up, make them look new, so on and so forth. Of course, we're gonna be bringing back Real Talking Real Topics with our husband. We're gonna continue on with the Queen Mimi radio show. We're gonna take a little mid-season hiatus, if you will. Of course, come back with Queen Mimi podcast, and we're probably gonna mess around and say Queen Candy in January to watch. Bet money, we're gonna mess around and say that. So yes, you guys, and also we're going to be going down to Florida in January as well. We're going to be a grandmother, you guys. Our daughter is having her first child, so we're going to have a grandson on the way. So while we are down there, we're going to be doing a photo shoot and whatnot. So we will have new pictures for you guys as well. We want to spruce up all of our social media a little bit, have it look a little bit more professional, if you will. To us, it's been kind of laid back, a little bit. But now we want to, like we said, spruce it up, liven it up a little bit, make it a little bit more new, a little more professional. And like we said, we're just excited. We have these changes and so much more coming, and we're trying to make sure we don't forget nothing, which we don't think we have. So yeah, that'll pretty much be it. We're working on some things. We got a speaking engagement we're going to be doing next year. We already been asked to do an article in the magazine. Just did our last interview of the year. And yeah, so we're really excited about this, you guys. We're really excited. And also, just to let you guys know, we will not be on any social media, period, you guys. So as of Thursday, that will be the last day of November, we will be observing Ramadan. No, we do not do it early in the year. As Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach, we observe Ramadan in December. So this year, we're doing it a little bit different. It's not really required for us to do. We're doing this on our own, where we're going to be logging out of all our platforms. Just let everybody know. So if you send me a message or you're trying to get through to me, if you don't have my direct number or my email, I'm not ignoring you guys. I just won't see any messages. So we already know the people that we need to reach out to, just in case they, try to hit us up and whatnot. So we will not be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that. We're logging out. So we're going to be focusing on studying, teaching, training, of course, everything we just mentioned to you guys with our show, so on and so forth. And we will be back, like we said, January the 7th to do the Queen Candy Podcast, Queen Candy Radio the same week, Mimi Bakery, and of course, Mimi Paparazzi. So we're going to be starting all that January 7th, you guys. Yeah, January 7th. Actually, no, take that back. We're going to be doing Queen Candy, the Queen Candy Radio Show, January the 2nd, because we do that every Tuesday. Mimi Bakery, January the 3rd, and Mimi's Paparazzi on January the 6th. And of course, we're going to be coming back with the Queen Candy Podcast on January the 7th, you guys. So, like we said, the first week of January, we're going to be back brand new, we're fresh, we're excited. And we just want to say to everybody that supported us along the way, we appreciate you guys so much. And we will definitely make sure we show support in return. Thank you guys. Even if you so much as like one post, you commented, we appreciate you guys so much. We know we're a small platform, we're not a big show, but we're definitely proud of ourselves. We're happy. We give all praises to Allah. And we just made this far. We're proud of ourselves. Yes, we're saying it. We are damn proud of ourselves. We made it all the way here. And we're just excited, if it's in Allah's will, to see what 2024 is going to bring. We're definitely going to be bringing it harder on our end. And, we just hope to connect with everybody and network and, grow together. Let's learn together. Let's help each other. And, we're definitely excited about that, you guys. So with all those changes and with all that being said, you guys, this will be our last show of 2023. Thank you guys so much again from the bottom of our heart. We appreciate you guys so much. We're going to go ahead and play one last track for you guys, and we're going to go ahead and get off of here. So this will probably be the last time we talk to you guys this year. You guys stay safe. Take care of yourself out there. For those that will be continuing with their podcast, we wish you all the success in the world. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. We're going to go ahead and get out of here and log off. It's going to be nice, but we actually love doing our show. So it's like, we're not saying goodbye, but it's crazy. It's a mixed feeling, but it's all good. Everything is all good, you guys. So we're finna go ahead and play one last track for you guys. Thank you guys so much again for supporting the Queen Candy Podcast. We appreciate you so much. And we're finna go ahead and get out of here and enjoy the rest of our Sunday. It is snowing up here today, you guys, and we got to get out here and do DoorDash. So we're going to be as careful as possible today. With all that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much again, and we'll talk to y'all in 2024.